What's happening in the wireless space is really kind of a very much as much of an evolution as a revolution. We're evolving networks, so it's becoming less and less important what wireless network you might actually be connecting to get on the internet. Mobile devices are now taking form factors that aren't necessarily looking like phones. They're actually taking many specialty form factors, as well as PCs and notebooks and netbooks. And we're adding services, new kinds of services, and you'll see many examples of those here in just a moment. The key factor for us, though, in mobile devices is that there's more of them than anything else in the consumer electronics space. Almost 4 billion of them at the end of 2008. That's compared to 1.3 billion for televisions. And I like to say to healthcare audiences that 4 billion is also the number of people in the world that use toothbrushes. So we're really interesting levels of penetration for this kind of connected device that obviously people essentially won't leave home without. In addition to that, we have 3G technology, which is the faster broadband technology that's wireless. And today, almost 700 million of those 4 billion have access and are using 3G technology, so they can get internet access and data on their mobile devices. And that technology is growing very fast, as you can see, expecting to almost more than double in the next few years. But probably equally important is the rapid disappearance of landlines. So 30% of landlines, right now in the U.S. we're about 20%. Expected to be about 30% of U.S. households won't have a landline in 2010. Today it's already 50% in Eastern Europe having a landline and 35% in Western Europe. So for many medical device companies, this is an interesting challenge. You can all probably think of one or more devices that might have gained connectivity because it was plugged into a POTS line or plain old telephone service line in order to get connectivity. This is the way the Help I Fallen I Can't Get Up services, for example, have connected their devices for years and years and years. But the landline is disappearing. So we are seeing many medical device companies now looking for alternative paths to be able to connect their devices that are actually not even meant to be mobile. They're meant to stay in the home. And they're turning to wireless. It also has the additional advantage that they can remotely manage the devices. They can deploy devices in the home without sending a service truck. In other words, UPS or FedEx can deliver the device. They can turn it on, remotely manage it, update software, etc. All by using wireless technologies. So why is Qualcomm in this space? Well, we are developers of various wireless technologies, and we're the largest provider of chipsets for mobile technologies. Traditionally in the cell phone, I'm going to show you a lot of examples that are not necessarily cell phone based in terms of how things are evolving in the wireless space. And really what has happened in the cell phone industry is massive amounts of convergence. Convergence of a wide variety of consumer electronics applications. You can think about the obvious ones like MP3 players, gaming, and that sort of thing. Music, but certainly obviously internet connectivity. And I'm sure if you paid attention at the show, you've seen a lot of netbooks, or you see a lot of these small computing platforms that are using cellular connectivity, and in some cases essentially being designed to be connected anywhere, anytime, on any network, including what were previously thought to be incompatible networks. So a netbook could actually go from the European market to the U.S. market across different technologies. And historically, we weren't able to take the devices across these technologies and make devices. So we're literally seeing today devices that have 12 or more radios in them. So that essentially, the radio that can find the connectivity can actually find the connectivity for you, and without you having to do much to manage it, make sure that you're connected.